the games that we're going to be creating is for today, going to have one main character and a collectible. Okay, so you're going to be able to move that character around and collect things. So for instance, your dog collects bones, scuba diver collects fish, for instance, or shark eats fish, maybe. Kids Learning Code is a non-for-profit organization that we started about a year ago to help kids feel confident using technology and also aid in the exploration of them developing creative skills and also problem-solving skills. The muffin would be perfect for a collectible thing for you guys. A donut. Part of the reason why we started Kids Learning Code was this need for kids to actually be builders instead of just consumers. Our main objective is to get kids understanding how things work, taking apart hardware or software even, and actually trying to dissect how these things function and why it's so important that they exist.
I absolutely love the idea that kids now are able to learn to code so at very early grades because it's going to become natural for them. I always like to talk about how elevators, if you go back 100 years, well, you couldn't get in an elevator and just go. There was an elevator operator. An elevator was much too dangerous and complex for people to just operate themselves. And then it got to where, well, there's an interface here, but people were afraid of just pushing a button to go in an elevator and do it themselves. You and I don't go into an elevator and look at it and say, oh, look, there's an interface. Let's see, how does this interface work? Oh, we just walk out and we press the damn button. Because interfaces of one generation become the intuition of later generations.
You know, if you're a kid and you want to learn how to code or game, you know, or create games, this is the time. You know, there's almost an infinite sea of resources for you to go and join a community of people.
I think that a lot of kids are going to find that you don't have to be like this nerdy sort of stereotype. You can actually be like a very artsy, creative person, but also enjoy being on a computer. You can use your imagination in new kinds of ways, so you don't have to just mess with Legos. Like, you can actually go online or like on your computer and build an entire world just by typing.
I'm furious at them because it was so hard back when I was a kid. But it's also amazing because, like, I mean, to me, it's almost kids today are a different species. Like, they don't know what it was like not to have the internet.
So who has heard of the if statement in computer programming before? A couple of you. Artash, do you want to try to explain what an if statement is?
Like, if the sky is blue, the water's going to be blue.
That's a great example. So in our current state, what we want to say is, if my arrow key is pressed, then move my character in that exact direction. So we're going to have 4 different if statements. One for the right arrow key, the left arrow key, the up, and then the down.
You know what we should do? We should do like letters, and then it would spell out a word. Oh yeah. It would be like dogs are also. Okay, so what should it be? The dog page.